Hello, my name is Jarneta. I'm from Kota Belud, Sabah. I was being stagnant in terms of my spiritual life, especially during the lockdown and COVID time. In fact, I've not attended church for almost a year in 2022 due to some things that happened in my life. Well, actually, in October 2022, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease. I had the symptoms months before that, but eventually in October 2022, I was admitted to a hospital because my condition was so bad at that time. The doctor told me that this is going to be a lifelong condition, and so far there's no medication to really cure this disease yet. For me, that was the most challenging season in my life. I was in denial for quite some time because I couldn't accept the fact that I have this condition at a very young age, and also because it's going to affect my life, my plans for the future, and yeah, that's what I thought. I was also suffering because it was so painful physically and mentally. I couldn't even eat or walk properly. I feel like nobody understands me and what I'm going through. I really felt alone at that time. In 2023, after the Planet Shakers conference, I was invited by my friend Des to attend SIBLife service. I really felt the warm welcome from church members, and during the praise and worship, I can really feel the presence of God, the atmosphere that I've been longing for. And I also felt so blessed when Pastor Wagner and Sia followed up with me. It made me feel so welcomed. I also remember Pastor Wag asked me if there's anything he can pray for me. And you know, having someone to pray for you, especially during your lowest moment, it's amazing. And that's the moment where I've decided this is the church that I want to be part of. My first impression of SIBLife is that this church is a Jesus at the center of it all kind of church, you know? I mean, by the way, everything was well done. From the moment I entered the church, I was guided to the seat, the praise and worship team, the music arrangement, the sermon, the prayers, the hosting, the follow-up, everything was well done. And I believe it was well done excellently because Jesus is at the center of it all for God's glory. Joining SIBLife has definitely transformed me in many ways. I used to overthink a lot and often being overwhelmed by the challenges I have in life. But coming to SIBLife has transformed my way of thinking. After hearing the sermons and testimonies from other church members, I realized that everyone is also struggling, but what keeps them going is because of God. God's promises to give hope and future to His people. I am more calm and peaceful now that I've been reminded and believe in the truth that Jesus is the Prince of Peace, and only Jesus gives true and lasting inner peace. I believe that in every circumstances, I can always count on Him. My hope and future is in Him. When I was sick and I have to fully surrender my life to God. I'm not healed from my health condition yet, but trusting God means letting Him take control over my life. So even though my health condition is going to affect my plans for the future, I believe that God's plans are better. Just like in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." It's not easy, but with God, anything is possible. Through the Bible study and learning about Jesus' life, I am now more aware of my actions and how I respond to certain things in my life, like my sickness, which is to do it the Jesus way. I'm encouraged to seek and encounter God more and more each day as I saw how my life group members desired to know God more. As we were being open and vulnerable to each other about our struggles and desires, I found that my faith was strengthened because not only we support each other through prayers, but also through our testimony of how great God is in our life. I love how everyone is super supportive and encouraging. We support each other through prayers and we encourage one another to have a more intimate relationship with God through Bible study, worship, prayer and fasting, attending We Pray, and serving God. I would like to encourage every one of you to be part of a life group because you never know how much your life could be transformed and you can experience a breakthrough in your life as well. I'm Jarneta and this is my story.